Hi, it's Dr. Betty Robin with the Dentistry Rising podcast. You might know me as a dental practice broker from Orange County, California. I am a dentist as well as an attorney and broker, and it's my goal at this point to help you get where you want to go with your practices, to help inspire you, lead you in the right direction, and motivate you. So happy listening. For this week's Straight Talk, we're going to go back to money. I've told you I want to really focus on money a lot this year, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. And I think it's the place to start, especially since it's January, is to talk about where you are. I mean, I think before you can make a money plan, you need to figure out or know exactly where you are. Now, I know it's easy to put your head in the sand and ignore things you don't like to deal with. I do the same thing, but not very productive, really. So here's what I'd like all of you to do. There's different ways, obviously, to do this. I like, maybe because I'm the age I am, to use note cards. So let's talk in note cards. Take 2 note cards in different colors. I like different colors because you can use one for your practice or your business and one or your student loans and one for your personal life. So make 3 columns on each note card and list the amount you owe. I think that's number one, to get really clear about what you owe, both for your practice and for your in your personal life. So acknowledge what you owe. It is what it is. And fortunately, as dentists, you can get rid of the debt. I mean, some people aren't in such a good situation. You could work more. I mean, there's a lot of ways, but you can certainly take care of your debt if that's what you decide to do. So with your 3 columns, first list the amount you owe. Second column lists the payment of the amount you owe. And the third column lists the interest rate. But again, I want you to focus on knowing how much you owe. When I just talked to a group, and so many of the dentists just out of school less than 10 years do not know how much they owe because it's so much money they don't want to deal with it. So that column on what that total is on the day that you're writing it, I think is really important. So by acknowledging that debt and seeing what it actually is the first step to doing anything about it. Your thoughts and opinions about money undoubtedly came from your parents, the way you were raised, others around you when you were young. I know mine certainly did. I was raised by 2 Depression-era parents, both who had almost nothing and were raised extremely poorly. And the way they conducted themselves throughout their lives, reflected that by not getting into debt, to being suspicious about always having enough money to eat or to do whatever they wanted to do. So some of you may have grown up with much more affluent parents who made buying things and having money seem very simple. And you're kind of wondering why it's not so simple for you. But regardless, I think now that you're an adult and you can make decisions on your own about how you want to handle your money, and if what you learned from your parents actually makes sense for you now. Is it something you want to carry on into your adulthood? Is treating money or acting towards money the same way that your parents did? I mean, does it serve you well now? Does it make sense? The subject of money is really emotional. It goes very, very deep in all of us. But like with any other kind of emotions, we do want to be able to control our emotions about money, to actually put them aside and examine them and see if they make sense. Is what you're doing with your money serving you in the best possible way for both your current life and your future? Do they just make sense in life? Will they take you in the best possible way into the future that you want to have? I think it's a really good thing to put our views or write our views down about money and ask those questions or discuss them with your significant other if that makes sense. So, as I said, the first thing about doing anything about debt is to acknowledge it. So figure out where you are in your note cards, and I like notes cards because I want them to be visual, and I want you to put them somewhere you can see them. Unless you're going to make them the screensaver of your laptop, that's okay too. But put them somewhere you can see them, whether that's on your bathroom mirror, in your car, on your refrigerator. I want you to look at your debt so you can think in your head, start having a plan of how you're going to deal with it and how you're not going to get into more debt. That way, when you're looking at something several times a day, it stays front of mind, which I think with debt is a really good thing. So take time to examine your thoughts about debt and to figure out what came from your mom, your dad, or whoever, and what's useful to you to really take you where you want to go. So let me know how that goes and email me or send me a DM on Instagram, and let's get going. Dr. Betty Robin. Please subscribe on iTunes so we can get better and better at helping you make your practice dreams come true.